All right, everybody, what's going on? My name is Arman Vakili, and I want to welcome you to the Business Plug. I wanted to do this video for some time now because I've actually I went to school, I went to college, I was supposed to be a pre-med student, and I know that, there will be a lot of debates on this, and I want to hear your opinion. You're more than welcome to leave your comment in the comment section below. But when I was in school, I chose to drop out and pursue business and finance and sales and just all of that. And um, I found out later on that I believe that that was the best choice that I made. And there's a lot of people that I know are going to school for the wrong reasons, that feel like that's the only way that they can make a good living or a good income or have a great lifestyle or anything like that. And so I made this video to address that, to actually make it so that, and kind of provide a case for whether or not you can make money without a degree, and if possible, skills that may actually even pay you more than the degree that you would get at school. So without further ado, here are the 8 skills that I think will end up paying you more than any degree that you can get. And honestly, if you do get a degree, then it'll end up making you even better. Like, these skills will end up making you even more money. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee and then we're going to jump into it. So here we go. So hopefully you actually just see this white screen now. I think that's actually what it looks like. Here we go. Take a sip. All right. Here we go. The 8 skills. Come on. What's going on? Here we go. The 8 skills that will make you more money than any degree. This is a bold statement right here. So here we go. Let me see if you guys will agree. And if you don't, I really want to hear your arguments and your debates in the comments. So here we go. Skill number 1, communication. So there's an actual degree dedicated to communication. So there might be something to this thing, right? So whether or not you want to actually go into broadcast networking or anything that has to do with the specific act of communication, the art of communication is like one of the most underrated skill sets that a person can have. And to be able to clearly express yourself, your views, your opinions, your ideas in a way that other people can understand you. This part is very important because a lot of people will be like, yeah, I said it as clearly as I could. And it's like, well, did the other person understand you? Did the other side understand you? And that ability to be able to express yourself clearly so that they actually understand what you actually meant, that is the art of communication. Now, this can be one of the most attractive skills that you can have for your personal life, because if you talk to any woman or anybody who's like very serious about their relationship, they'll tell you communication is like a big thing. And if you're a good communicator, then it can actually make you very attractive as a partner. And it can be one of the most profitable skills that you can develop professionally, because you have to communicate with your clients, you have to communicate with business partners, you have to communicate with so many different people on so many different levels, that it's literally a skill that you can't go without communication. You need to be very good and clear about communicating. Most problems are caused from either bad communication or no communication. So this is something, again, that is like in family arguments, in political arguments, in business arguments, it's mainly because of either bad communication or no communication. And most problems can be fixed. Oh, most problems can be fixed. That's my bad. I made this slide like right before the presentation. Most problems can be fixed with proper communication, right? So you can either cause problems with bad communication or no communication, or you could actually fix problems with great communication. So very, very important skill to learn. Great skill to learn. Skill number 2 is sales. So this is communication with persuasion. So you're trying to persuade somebody, a qualified prospect, to say yes to you. Now, this can actually be your kids. It could be your spouse. It could be your clients or your business partners. But you could actually be trying to sell to your spouse, right? Like when you were trying to get your spouse to actually date you, that's sales. When you're trying to get your spouse to actually marry you, that's sales. When you're trying to get your kids to go to bed at a certain time, that is sales. When you're trying to have them watch your movie versus their movie, you are selling. and obviously with clients, obviously with business partners you're selling. So this can be applied to literally any business or any industry, this idea of being a good salesperson or being good at sales. Professional salespeople are always in demand. I have never in my life had a lack of opportunity ever since I learned how to sell. This is literally one of the greatest skills that you can develop for yourself, that no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you do, you will be in demand. And it's one of the most profitable professions that exist. So if you actually decide to go into sales as a profession, go sell real estate, go sell boats, go sell insurance, go sell asset management, whatever it is that you're selling, sales, the art of sales could be very, very profitable profession. And it is actually probably the only profession that you can start with absolutely zero experience. And as long as you learn the skill set and just a few things and get good at networking, or if you're good at with like the work ethic of just prospecting, whatever, you can literally make a killing your first year in sales without a degree, without any kind of previous experience. You could be green. You could be an 18-year-old greenie getting into real estate or financial services and kill it your first year, simply because of the fact that you learned the skill set of sales. So very, very, very cool skill set. Very important. Skill number 3 is copywriting. And copywriting is basically salesmanship in print. So the ability to write a letter or to write a text or to write an email and actually get the reader on the other side to take the action that you want them to take after reading the thing that you wrote. That's called copywriting. Now, this is something is literally the foundation of the greatest ads that have ever been written. This could be direct mail advertisements. It could be TV ads, radio ads, print, where it's inside magazines, or it could be on a billboard or something. But literally the foundation of great advertising that actually gets you to buy or gets you to take action is copywriting. So it has all of the elements of a great sales presentation, just outlined and ordered in a way that if somebody's reading it or watching it or something like that, then it'll deliver your overall presentation and answer all the questions that they may have, answer whatever objections they may have, and then obviously get them to take action. So if you can think about infomercials, those are video sales letters, right? If you think about what you're kind of watching right now, in a way, it's a sales message. I'm trying to get you to buy into the idea of leveraging these skill sets to increase your financial standing in life, to increase your capacity as a professional and everything like that. And this video itself is a copywritten, not really, because like I'm not wordsmithing and I'm not sitting here like really kind of sweating over every single word. Copywriting, like you really look at every single word. But technically, I am trying to pitch something to you. I'm trying to get you to buy into an idea. So this actually could be considered like a slideshow video kind of a thing. It could be considered a copywritten piece, although technically it's kind of not, because it doesn't go by those rules. But you get it. You get the point that I'm trying to make. You understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, here we go. Once you've mastered copywriting, it can actually feel like printing money, because you got to understand, if you know how to write a letter that will get somebody to reach into their wallet and take out their credit card and buy from you, or these days they have to just click a couple of buttons on their phone screen and then it'll make the purchase or whatever. But if you can write persuasive enough copy that when somebody watches it or reads it or whatever, they take that action that you want them to take and they buy, that's very much like printing money. Because literally now all you have to do is just run another campaign or run another letter or do whatever, drive some traffic to it, and you will get sales and you will get money, because you know that you have the skill and the skill actually has been proven to work. So very, 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 very crazy skill set once it's been mastered. So very important and honestly worth it. If you are in business in any way, it's worth it for you to study copywriting. Deductive and inductive reasoning, skill number 4. This is interesting. This is very, very important. This is not something that they talk. A lot of these things I wasn't even taught in school, man. Like nobody brought these things up until much later on in life, where I kind of searched for this information and found this out. So deductive reasoning is when you start with general information and general statements, ideas, and you try to find some kind of a specific or a logical conclusion with that. Inductive reasoning is the reverse, where you're starting with data or specifics, and you're using all of these data and specifics to create generalizations and come up with patterns or come up with themes from that information. So deductive reasoning is used to find specific answers to general ideas or theories. Inductive reasoning takes many data points and looks for common themes or patterns. Both of these skill sets are very, very important because you're going to be dealing with situations in life, whether it's professional or financial or whatever it is, or personal. You are going to be dealing with things where you're looking at something and you have to deduce, you have to see, okay, what am I gathering here? What is this information telling me? Affiliating myself with this company or dealing with these types of people, what am I learning here? What is this information that I'm gaining from the data points that we got from our marketing campaign? What can I pull from this? If I look at this and I say California has, 2x the number of activity that Wyoming had, then it's probably telling me that there's more business being done in California, so I should spend more time in California. This is just an assumption. I'm just saying it's like a hypothetical, okay? But it's like that's basically what the data tells you. So you can actually use these two skill sets very frequently, like almost, you could probably use them today. Like as soon as you're done watching this video, if you're just aware of this and you're like, okay, well, I'm reasoning. The important part of it is the reasoning part. I am reasoning to see what can I gather from this information that's being presented to me, and how can I use this information that's being presented to me. Both are very, very useful in either personal or business dealings. So skill number 5, marketing. This is the systematic. That keyword is very important. Systematic, because marketing's meant to be systemic. It should be repeatable. You should be able to run marketing campaigns over and over and have an expectation of what your results are going to be based on the data and the metrics that have been gathered to create this marketing campaign and possibly even run some campaigns prior to this. So the systematic process of finding qualified buyers for a product or a service, that's called marketing. Within marketing, you have advertising, branding, public relations, and direct response. And great marketing can either build a cult-like following for your product or your business, or if you have crappy marketing, it can actually ensure that people will never buy from you ever again. It can unsell a person. If you have bad marketing, you could literally unsell the person. The person could have been interested, or they may have even been in the market for what you're trying to sell. But if you have bad marketing, you could literally turn them off and push them away. So it's very important to understand that you need good marketing, and then obviously understand what goes into good marketing. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, this is the most important part of any kind of a business, marketing. Most business owners are focused on fulfillment or operations or production or like these nitty-gritty things, administration, all of these things in the business. But literally 80% of a CEO's time and energy should be dedicated to marketing. All right, here we go. Distribution. So distribution deals with volume. It falls under business practices, and I think it also even falls under marketing as well. But specifically, it deals with volume. So the number of people that are consuming your stuff, or the number of outlets that are carrying your product, the number of representatives that you have that are running and presenting your product in your company, how many stations are playing your music, how many networks are playing your movie or your show, how many subscribers do you have on your channel that every time that you broadcast something or every time you put something out, that gets distributed to this group of people that are subscribing to you. So it has everything to do with the scaling of a product. So it specifically measures how many people are consuming, how many people are actually following through and, viewing information, buying, whatever it is. This specific skill, there's a reason why this has been listed as a skill, because if you're good at distribution, then you can go ahead and take somebody's product, distribute, and then make commissions off of it. Or you can create a product, distribute, and make money off of that. Or you could create a show, distribute, and then get viewership or brand equity or attention or whatever what it is off of that. So distribution is very important. You can have the greatest product. If you're not distributing, nobody knows about it, nobody's buying it, you're not making any money. So it's very, very important to understand distribution. Some models for distribution: bottling. So the bottling business, as soon as Coca-Cola started bottling, became a multi-billion-dollar company, right? Franchising, Internet marketing helps with distribution. You go list something online or you list it on Amazon's marketplace and now you have the distribution of Amazon. Network marketing is a really giant model that has been used for distribution for the last God knows how many decades. And it's, I think, one of the simplest ones to understand. It's like you recruit a bunch of agents, train them, teach them how to run the system, train them how to develop their own business and build their own franchises. And then they go and they create their own outlets. And the company, so if I'm the product provider, if I'm the company that decided to implement the network marketing strategy, the only time I pay is when a sale is made, versus advertising or all these different things where you're paying in advance, hoping to get a sale. With network marketing, you're only paying when a sale actually is made, when a client has been acquired for the business. So it's very, very powerful distribution model. So skill number 7, financial management. Oh my goodness, this is so obvious, but yeah. First, understanding what is active income, then understanding what is passive income. Active income, obviously, you have to actively be working in order to generate the income. Passive income is you're not working and income is coming in. You got to understand the difference between these two. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it's very, very important for you to understand. There's a book that I'm dropping in a little bit, though. It's called Cash Machines, and it deals specifically with this idea of passive income and what are the different models that currently exist that can go for the next 30, 40, 50 years that you can implement that will generate passive income for you. So understanding active versus passive income first. First, understanding your income situation has a lot to do with financial management. But then once you actually understand what your income situation is like, you can anticipate how much money you're making. Then it's about budgeting, saving money, investing money, making sure that you're insured, that you're taken care of in case you have a disability, in case you get into an accident, in case you pass away, or in case you just want to leverage insurance products to avoid taxation or to actually shelter your money from lawsuits. Or there's a lot of different things that you can do with these different products to guarantee that nobody messes with you financially, whether it's the government, somebody who's trying to sue you, banks, doesn't matter. You can actually protect yourself completely financially. And then obviously learning how to leverage different products, even debt, learning how to leverage debt to put yourself ahead financially. All of these things is a part of financial management. Setting yourself up to make power moves is the whole purpose of this. So if you budget, a lot of people think budgeting is about limitation, but budgeting is actually about freedom. So if I budget my money and I have dedicated a specific savings account for a major purchase that I want to make, let's say a major income generating asset that I want to purchase, I'm budgeting so that I can make this purchase because it's a big move. It's a power move for me, because as soon as I've made this purchase, I now have a passive income machine that I've bought for myself that I'm going to be generating income no matter what, because now I own this asset, right? Budgeting allows you to do that. Most people don't understand this. Most people think that budgeting is about limitation. It's about freedom. When you budget yourself, you allow yourself to go really ball out when you want to go play. I have a play account that I dedicate 10% of all my money into, that the money that's inside that account, listen, I will spend the hell out of that money. I won't feel guilty about a penny of it, and I will enjoy every second of it because that's what it's dedicated for. That's literally its job for that money. And I will blow that money, and it's my job to blow that money because that's a part of my budgeting system. So it's very important that you understand this, because it really does buy freedom for you when you learn how to budget. And then it also sets you up to make major moves, to make major purchases. It's not hard to make money. This is very important to understand. It's not hard to make money. It's hard to keep and grow money. That's the differentiator between a person who becomes wealthy 10 years from now and a person who stays broke and has to keep working 10 years from now. It's your spending habits. It's what you do with your actual money that you've earned that determines whether or not you stay wealthy or you become wealthy. So skill number 7, very important, financial management. And last but not least, delegation and outsourcing. Time is the ultimate currency. When you get old enough, you start realizing this. Towards my younger years, I was like, oh, I got to make a lot of money. I got to make a lot of money. I got to do whatever I can to maximize profits, to make most of the money, blah, blah, blah. And then after a while, I realized, oh my gosh, it's time. Time is the ultimate currency. I can never get back the time that has passed. So the best thing that I can do is delegate and buy more time. So when you delegate something to somebody, so if I'm supposed to be doing something that does 10 hours, that takes 10 hours of my week, and I delegate that to somebody, now I bought myself those 10 hours. I bought it back. Now I have those 10 hours extra to do what I want, right? Or to expand or to grow more even if I wanted to. If I delegate, I allow myself to actually focus on the important things. So there's two things. You actually buy more time that you can do the things that you enjoy, or you buy more time so that you can go ahead and expand more and grow more and get yourself bigger and better things. So it's important, right? You could actually have a lifestyle when you delegate. How many people do you know that are a slave to their businesses, or they're a slave to their jobs or whatever it is because they have a tough time letting go of control? That's very, very important as well. It's like something that you really have to think about. If you can give up the control and if you can delegate, then you will actually see a really, really drastic increase in your lifestyle and your like standard of living. You won't know what to do with all the extra time that you have. You'll just be like, what do I do? Do I go to the beach? Do I read a book? Do I watch some TV? Or do I just sit here and do absolutely nothing? Because when was the last time that I was able to sit somewhere and do absolutely nothing? So, so delegation and outsourcing allows you to do that. And one thing that's actually not on here is that delegation and outsourcing allows you to replace yourself with people that are better than you at doing that thing. So if you're not good at a certain thing, it's why not just hire somebody that can do it and they can do it better than you and then just pay them. And now you never have to worry about it again. And it's getting done better because somebody else who's actually more competent at it is the one that's doing it. So these were the 8 skills that we believe, and I'm just going to go back to the top of this thing. Oh, I wish there was like a button that I could do that would just take me back to the very, very beginning. But these were the 8 skills that I believe will make you more money than any degree. And if you can go ahead and develop one of these skills, you'll notice a difference. If you develop all of them, I am pretty much willing to guarantee, I'm signing my desk as if like we're signing a contract together, but I'm pretty much willing to guarantee that you're not going to have any issues with your professional life if you develop these skills. And I am even willing to say that you won't have any issues in your personal life if you develop these skills. So that being said, I would very much love to hear what you think about this episode. Let me stop the screen share so that we can end it real quick. I would very much love to hear what you think about this episode. I would love to hear your comments because I know that this might be something that a lot of people who may have degrees or who are very big advocates of schooling, you may have a different point of view on this. So I would love to hear what your feedback is on this topic. And obviously, if you have any questions or anything, or if you want me to address anything, also leave comments so that we can make future videos around it. And just make sure that we actually cover whatever it is that you guys want us to talk about. So my name is Arman Vakili. Please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell your friends about it. And definitely, definitely, definitely make sure you tune in because we're going to be making even more cool videos for you in the future so that hopefully it actually develops and gets you to a better lifestyle and all of those great, amazing, magical things. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to click this button right here and then this one should end it. So peace.